This is just a really crappy scenario right now, and I really hope these two can patch these things up.
Oh man, the girls are fighting, aren't they?
How do you even describe what took place yesterday? The flame out between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. How do you explain it other than in terms that are obvious and self-evident, like it was expected? I was not amused by it. A lot of people had fun with it. A lot of people were celebrating, rejoicing in the chaos and drama between these two assholes. I wasn't one of them per se, although I would say this to people who were criticizing those having a good time is when we live in the crisis-filled world that we do, let people have their fun. You know what I mean? Very expected that this was going to take place. I want to talk about a couple of elements here. I'm going to go through some funny stuff. I'm going to go through the tweets. I'm going to go through the timeline of what took place. I'm going to talk about how the right is absolutely beside itself, confused of, it's like when a divorce happens. Or those videos on TikTok will make it more fun. Those videos on TikTok where they've got a dog in between the two owners and then the owners go opposite ways they run and the dog's like, which way do I go? That's the Republican Party right now. They have no idea who to follow, who to believe, which credibly accused ally of Jeffrey Epstein are we going to stand behind? And that's really what happened yesterday. Elon Musk has long been critical of the big, beautiful bill that's going to bankrupt America while giving massive tax cuts to the wealthy. 15%, upwards of 15% of Americans will lose their health coverage because of this bill. That's not why Elon doesn't like it. $290 billion are going to be cut from hungry children and their access to food through SNAP benefits. That's not why Elon doesn't like the bill. It doesn't address Elon's mini contract. We're going to get to all of this, right? So Elon's been critical of the bill, and that is what started with his jettisoning from the sanctity and the umbrella of power in the Oval Office. Donald Trump yesterday at 2:37 tweeted this: "The easy way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars," he says, "is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it." You see, this should be a lesson to both Democrats who bend the knee to Donald Trump, your Cenk Uygurs and your Bill Maher's and your Jake Tappers, that you will not be saved by allying yourself with Donald Trump, by speaking highly of Donald Trump, by giving him hundreds of millions of dollars toward his reelection this time. It won't save you from Donald Trump. He's threatening to, justifiably, by the way, threatening to turn off Elon's contracts. It would have to be done under the color of law. Elon Musk absolutely has too much heft and weight and is being paid far too much by the American government, given access to national security secrets while being high out of his fucking mind on ketamine. He's a national security threat almost as much as Donald Trump is. So I'm not going to sit here and it would be wrong to do that. Don't cut his contracts. He did that, though. He threatened to scrap investment and research into his Dragon rocket or whatever, the same spacecraft that went and retrieved astronauts from the International Space Station. He answered Donald Trump's threat with this on Twitter: "In light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately." Donald Trump, another tweet: "Elon was quote unquote wearing thin," he says. "I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy," says Donald Trump. Point of order, Madam Chair. I took away his electric vehicle mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars. Do you own an electric car that you were forced to buy because of the EV mandate? I don't own an electric car. I wasn't forced to buy an electric car. These two idiots cannot tell the truth to save their life. And now it is a war. Elon followed with this tweet: "Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald John Trump." This alarmed the right. In fact, before we get to this clip of Will Cain from Fox News being wildly overdramatic about what that tweet right there, you look on Twitter and there is factions that are developing right now in support of Donald Trump and in support of Elon Musk. A lot of people who are in support of Elon Musk are saying, yeah, Donald Trump is a child molester. Yet you were in support of him just hours before all of this broke. So now you believe he is when you didn't before, or you did before and it was okay that we have a child molester, child rapist as president of the United States. Is that what you're saying? And for the people who are supporting Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is also saying this about Elon Musk. All the Donald Trump's fanboys are sharing pictures of Elon Musk with Ghislaine, whatever her name is, Ghislaine Maxwell. So they're saying he has ties to Jeffrey Epstein. So before, you were all in support of Elon Musk, even though you knew he was in league with Jeffrey Epstein, and it didn't matter then. It lays bare the fact that these people have no core morality, no core principles, no core ideology that moors them to reality. They don't care about the outcomes. They don't care about the means to the ends that we eventually will get. They don't care about that. This is drama. This is a soap opera for them. It's gross. As promised, here's Will Cain, Fox News C-Team host, really laying it on thick about this.
Elon writing, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT." Seems a Rubicon that Elon Musk has crossed.
It seems like a Rubicon Elon Musk has crossed, says Will Cain. While it makes me laugh, I don't know that it was intended to make me laugh. Unlike this response, which was my favorite from everything that I saw yesterday from AOC. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. If you're not a fan of her, get it together, because she is the future of our party. And this is what she had to say. Very tongue-in-cheek, also very funny.
Any quick reaction on what's going on with Elon Musk and President Trump on Twitter right now?
Oh man, the girls are fighting, aren't they?
Oh, I love her. The girls are fighting, aren't they? Now, to my earlier point about how the right can't have it both ways. You can't think that Donald Trump is a child molester and Elon Musk is, and then take your sides having supported that person before. And here's Carl Higbie, disgraced white supremacist who did used to work for Donald Trump in the first administration, was kicked out because of horrible, racist, white supremacist bigotry that he was on podcasts saying. And of course, Newsmax gave him a job. Here he is talking about this whole element from the conservative standpoint.
Still love Trump, and I really like Elon. This is just a really crappy scenario right now, and I really hope these two can patch these things up, because I think Elon took a low blow by tweeting that, quote, DJT was on the Epstein client list. I mean, something that he knows can't be immediately verified. Also, if Trump was on that island doing something illegal, after all the legal battles that Biden threw at him, if he had done something illegal with Jeffrey Epstein, you would think they would have thrown that at him, no? They pulled out the stops on everything else. The only thing we can point to that was a known association with Epstein was that he was at his club once. And by the way, Trump kicked him out of that club because of reported bad behavior. And also, Elon, if you knew he was on the Epstein client list, why did you let him board Marine One with your son? Just asking. But the best thing for Trump to do now is to release the list, something that also our FBI and Pam Bondi have promised us.
Just asking. The answer's clear, Carl. The answer is clear. Elon Musk doesn't care. These people don't care. That's not proof. It's not a rock solid slam dunk argument that you think it is, dipshit. It got worse. Let's enter a little religion in here. There's a Christian nationalist pastor. He's the guy with the long hair. I think maybe he cut it. In this clip, it looks like either it's tied back or he cut it. Let me tell you, Sean Fucht, or whatever your name is, you look better with the locks, brother. You look better with the long hair. I don't know why you would have cut it. It takes a long time to grow out the lion's mane like that. I would assume my hair's cut to a 0 or a 1 on the sides, speaking in barbershop parlance. Here is Sean Fuchs rallying the troops to start a prayer vigil to pray for God's divine intervention into this friendship that is so important for the world. It's too much. Watch this.
We just need to pray for God to intervene, bring peace to the storm, bring heaven's solutions. So Lord, right now, I pray, God, that you would intervene in this conflict between President Trump and Elon Musk. God, you hold the hearts of kings in your hand. You are the one, God, that can bring divine restoration to any breakdown, to any division. Lord, we just pray right now by the power of your Spirit, God, that you would move.
First of all, you know, prayers don't work unless you close your eyes. Apparently, that's his version of Christianity. You can't talk to God without your eyes closed, apparently. Also, apparently, we don't have free will. We have no agency as human beings. God chooses who you're friends with, who you're allied with. All you got to do is pray, and 2 of your neighbors who don't like each other, God will force them to be friends. Talk about wasting a prayer, right? If you have a moment to communicate with the creator of everything seen and unseen, and you do something like this so 2 dipshits can be friends. Pray to God to intervene and bring divine restoration to the friendship. Let's bring in an actual elected leader from the Republican Party, Jim Banks. He had this to say and really trying to spin it. I mean, Donald Trump was getting dragged left and right, being called a child molester by the world's richest man. It was definitively, officially not a good day, but not if you listen to Jim Banks, who would beg to differ.
And you heard a minute ago, this has actually been a really good day for President Trump. He started the day off with a 90-minute call with President Xi in China with an agreement that they're going to get together and meet and talk about trade deals that put America first. And then you just heard Manu talk to Senator Ron Johnson, who was a hard no before, and now he's opening the door to getting to yes on the big, beautiful bill because President Trump is working directly with senators. He's taken the high ground with Elon and the back and forth online. He's more focused on passing the big, beautiful bill to support working class families in this country. That's what matters most.
Well, I don't know that he's taken the high road. I mean, he's accused Elon Musk of going crazy, and he's threatened to take away all of his government contracts, prompting Musk to say he's going to cancel one of the SpaceX contracts. But let's turn back.
2 things. 1, Donald Trump isn't having a good day. 2, Donald Trump's taken the high road with Elon. These people will call the sky the ground. They will call fire water. They will call oxygen poison as long as it boosts Donald Trump's ego. Pets him. Oh, you're doing good, dear leader. You had a good day, dear leader, says Jim Banks, the absolute obsequious ass kisser of Donald Trump. This really encapsulates everything that we saw. You've got ass kissers for Elon, you got ass kissers for Donald Trump, and it's just a battle of who can slather up either one of those gentlemen by their respective fan bases, because that is what this is. Anyway, I've gone too long. I talked too long about this anyway. Didn't want to really even get there, but here we are. Would love your opinions. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. I had a bunch more. I had tweets from Caitlin Collins about the White House reaction where they didn't answer about the Epstein thing. They answered some of their question that wasn't asked. Tells you a lot. Anyway, fantastic. I love and appreciate you. You be genuine. You take care of one another. And I'll see you next time.